Hi, I'm Kathy Jackson, and I'm here with my mother-in-law, Ramona Jackson, and my husband, Miles Jackson. I was born in Brockton, Massachusetts, and that's it.
My name is Ramona Jackson. I was born in Glen White, West Virginia, and this is my son to my left, my first child, Miles. And do I have to say anything else?
Hi, my name is Miles Jackson. I was born in Cambridge, Mass. in 1957, and this is my mom, and that's my wife, Kathy, said before.
I went to nursing school in West Virginia, Clarksburg, West Virginia, Sisters of St. Joseph. It was a Catholic school, of course, and they were the nuns. It was run by the Sisters of St. Joseph. It was a 3-year graduation school, and I was there for 3 years. And when I came to Brockton, my husband was in the Navy, and he was stationed up here, and so I came up here, and we were married in Boston. And my first job was with the Boston City Hospital. Of course, you know Boston City Hospital has been changed. It used to be Mass Memorial, the University Hospital, and became the Boston Boston Medical Center. And I worked there I was in nursing. I worked in various hospitals for 2 or 3 days, but I worked at Boston Medical Center for the longest, and I was retired. They retired me after I had been there 35 years, I think it was, with a rocking chair. And but I loved nursing. That was my first calling, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And even though I went to a nursing school in West Virginia, the surgeons there and all, that was what I wanted to work in, the surgical unit, because I always felt medicine was too slow, too long, and I wanted to move fast. So I wanted to be a surgical nurse or work in the surgical unit, and I did that. But one little incident that I remembered before leaving Clarksburg nursing school was that one day one of the surgeons came in, and we were assisting him. And I don't know what his mind was on that day, but he happened to pick up the scalpel, and he asked me for the scalpel, which I passed to him. But when I passed it to him, he sort of like jug it like at me, and I go, "Wait a minute, why are you jigging that at me?" And he goes, "Oh, Miss Estes, I just wanted you to make sure you handle me the right way, because when you go away and be a nurse, I want you to be the very best nurse you could be, because you're from West Virginia." And I always remembered that. And I always was the best nurse that I could be, because I love bedside nursing, but I was always a head nurse at any institution I went to, and I did them. But I remembered him telling me that, and that stuck with me. I said, it's going to be the best nurse I could be. And I did that, and people loved to work with me underneath me as aides or other nurses, and I didn't try to boss them around, but I made sure they did good work. Oh, yes, I was in a surgical unit, and this gentleman was going up for open heart surgery. And I went in to see him and to talk to him a little bit before he was going to be going or whatever. And first thing he said to me is, "I don't want no black nurse taking care of me." It sort of shocked me because, and I waited a minute. I said, "Well, sir, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to have a lot of black people taking care of you, and I'm going to be your black nurse. I'm going to make it my business to be your nurse and to take care of you and give you the best care you ever had. So you may as well get used to black being around you." And he didn't really like that, but when he came out and he was taken care of, he appreciated it, and he thanked me very, very much and was sorry for what he had said.
Right. I was a freshman at UMass Amherst and started in September and went through the whole semester. And I was a freshman and I had a roommate who was a senior. She used to leave every weekend because she was only about an hour away. So she went home every weekend. So beginning of the second semester, she came back from her weekend trip to home and said she needed to speak to me about something. And I said, oh, what is it? She says, you're going to have to move. And I thought, why? She said, because my parents don't want me rooming with a black girl. And I thought, okay. And I'm thinking, this doesn't sound like my problem. So I came back and responded to her right then when we were talking and said, I'm not moving. You're going to have to move. You're the one with the problem. You move. But I'm not moving. And that was the end of that. I think I had a couple of friends with me, and then we went on to lunch. And, I was sharing that story and everything. And when I came back, she was beginning to pack her bags. She was packing everything and moved out. So I had a single room for my freshman year, second semester. So she did me a favor, and I hope she's living a good life. I always wonder about what happened with her, and did she really want to do that, So that was my experience with racism.
Yeah, when we were little, growing in the 60s, we'd go down every couple of years to West Virginia and visit the relatives. But I noticed we never stopped and stayed at a hotel or anything like that, or even ate at a restaurant going down to West Virginia from Boston, and you're talking, that's over a day's ride. And it was because back then in the 60s, black folks, when they traveled, they never stayed at a hotel or a restaurant because they were never welcomed. So that's why before we left, my mother would always pack up a lunch or dinner or whatever, a whole bunch of chicken and tuna fish sandwiches and all that type of stuff. And so, but I never found that out about the discrimination until later on. But when we were little, we just never knew. We just went for the ride. But yeah, we never stayed at a hotel or never ate at a restaurant. I think Kathy could concur on that. When she used to go down to Mississippi or Tennessee, black folks just didn't stay at the hotels or the restaurants because they weren't welcomed.